Good news is your dates are here.
What's the bad news?
They're dead.
Oh, you're so cool, Brewster! Everybody's a suspect! Hey, Ted, where the hell's Corkscrew? Don't fuck with the Chuck!
Welcome back to Toe Tag Reviews. I'm Chuck, and today we're going to talk about 1987's A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3 Dream Warriors, which is my favorite installment in this franchise. It was banned in Queensland, Australia until 1990 for its drug content. Of all things, drug content, Nancy was killed off to raise the stakes and push the boundaries, and I like that angle that they went with that because they brought back the final girl just to kill her off. Now, like, no one's safe. To me, that was a smart move. It's got one of the most quotable lines in all of horror, "Welcome to primetime, bitch," and I find myself saying that all the time. And it was completely ad-lib, so that's fucking cool. Approximately 70% of Wes Craven's original script had to be rewritten because how dark it was. Apparently, Nancy's dad was going to cut off his eyelids. Freddy was going to shit on Nancy's corpse. The central focus of the movie was teen suicide. They just felt that it was destined for like court cases, and I totally understand and respect why they did that, but I really do want to see like how dark Freddy can get. On to the film. The movie starts with this cryptic quote from Mr. Edgar Allan Poe, and I love this quote. We meet our main character, Kristen Parker, and she's making this papier-mâché model of the Elm Street house while jamming out to Dokken. Into the fire! Those guys are fucking sweet. She tells Mama Bear that she keeps having these bad dreams, but she doesn't care because she's got 2 tickets to Pound Town. Non-refundable. Kristen ends up having another nightmare. Freddy makes it look like she slit her wrist, so off to Weston Hills we go. Hey look, it's Max, played by a young Lawrence Fishburne. We're introduced to Dr. Gordon, but he rushes out because Kristen is having an episode. She slices Max's arm up pretty good, and then she sings the nursery rhyme, 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. In walks Nancy freaking Thompson from the original. What a fucking power move. After she comes in and calms Kristen down, she tells Dr. Gordon that song is used to keep the boogeyman away. There's only one boogeyman, don't get it twisted. Here we're introduced to Philip, who sleepwalks. We have Kincaid, who's pretty temperamental, and Joey, he's mute, but he is rocking a fucking teardrop tattoo, and it's only for this scene for some reason. Dr. Gordon sees Nancy's medication, and he does some research on it, and it's Hypnosil. Kristen has another nightmare, and this is the VHS rewind moment already. The fucking Freddy snake is 50% gross, 50% slimy as shit, 100% bad fucking ass. Kristen and Nancy end up sharing a dream. That kind of comes into play later on, but my boy Freddy is freaking pissed when he sees Nancy.
Oh my god.
In group, we get to meet the rest of the cast. Will, who's in a wheelchair. Taryn, who's a junkie. And we have Jennifer, who's, I'm not really sure what. She mentions putting cigarettes out on her arm. She could be a junkie. I don't know. Nancy pushes the idea of Hypnosil, but Dr. Gordon dismisses it. Go figure. And we're back with another VHS rewind moment. It is Philip's death. I love the creativity. I love how much pain you can feel and just cringy because his ligaments and it's so fucking brutal. It's really creative and I love the way they executed it, pun intended. And in group, Kincaid freaks out and he ends up going to the quiet room. Now, Dr. Gordon is all of a sudden on board with Hypnosil. It only took one extra person to die for him to get that fire under his ass. He's dumb. I don't like Dr. Gordon. Jennifer doesn't know it yet, and she's about to get her 15 minutes of fame. In my opinion, this is the most coolest death in the entire franchise. Kind of cliche to put this one, but it's so fucking cool.
Welcome to prime time, bitch!
At her funeral, Dr. Gordon talks to Sister Helena, and we've seen her at the beginning of the movie. She just kind of pops up here and there, but she tells Dr. Gordon that Freddy needs to be laid to rest. Nancy tells everybody in group that she knows about Freddy. She starts describing him, what he looks like and everything, and that Kristen is the key. And that's what I was talking about earlier. I guess Kristen has the ability to pull people in her dreams, which is kind of a cool aspect, but that's probably the weakest point of this movie. I don't really like that idea. They all do group hypnosis, and they all enter the dream world together. Joey's about to go to Pound Town because he's got that dog in him. In the dream world, Will can walk, and apparently he's Dumbledore. Sorry, the Wizard Master. Kristen does a round-off backflip because that's really all she does in the dream world. But let's be real, her form is a little weak if you ask me. Kincaid has super strength. Taryn is
Beautiful and bad.
If I want to see someone bad and beautiful, I just look at Rhea Ripley, dude. Joey gets
Tongue-tied.
Damn it, Freddy, you beat me to the punch. He gets put in a deep coma. Dr. Gordon and Nancy both get fired. And when Dr. Gordon's leaving, he looks up and sees Sister Helena in like the tower where Philip died. She tells Dr. Gordon about a woman that was on the staff many years ago, and she was SA'd hundreds of times, and that her name was Amanda Kruger. This is how Freddy got the moniker, the bastard son of 100 maniacs, which is a very fucked up nickname, especially knowing that what happened to his mom. I can see why he's the way he is. I don't agree with it, but I mean, I can see why. She ends up telling him that his remains need to be buried in hollow ground. They go to see Nancy's father, and after the events of the first one, he's a washed up security guard now who crawled into a bottle. Nancy says that she can end it once and for all, but he doesn't give a shit. So she goes back to Weston Hills. Dr. Gordon puts his bitch ass in check, and this is the only time I like Dr. Gordon. He puts Nancy's dad in check. Nancy does another group hypnosis, so they're back into the dream world. Dr. Gordon and Nancy's dad end up going to this junkyard where Freddy's remains are. Freddy kills Kristen's mom, and whoop, there she goes doing more flips. Go figure.
Parkour!
Taryn faces off against Freddy, but she ends up dying in the coolest way. When he's got the syringes, it's so fucking cool. He sticks her right in the arm. Ah, I love it. Will steps up to the plate but gets taken down because, let's face it, the Wizard Master against Freddy fucking Krueger.
I don't believe in fairy tales.
They find his remains in Christine. This car that has Freddy's remains looks just like Christine. Does it not? They all attack Freddy, but it doesn't work because, come on, it's Freddy Krueger. Dr. Gordon fights off Freddy's skeleton, which this scene reminds me of something out of Army of Darkness. Like the way the skeletons move and the way they look. Totally out of Army of Darkness. Freddy ends up killing Nancy's dad. He kind of fucking sucks anyway. The gang all get trapped in a room full of mirrors, and they all get sucked inside the mirrors. Joey comes to save the day with his super voice. He finally speaks and all the glass breaks. Way to use your power now. You know what I mean? Freddy tricks Nancy into thinking it's her dad. Turns out it's Fred Krueger, and he ends up stabbing her, killing off Nancy. But as he goes to get Kristen, she takes his glove and fucking stabs him. Dr. Gordon buries the bones and throws holy water on it. You see Freddy kind of his being tear apart and everything. Really cool effects though. They end up defeating Freddy once and for all. Plot twist, Sister Helena is Amanda Krueger. That was a good plot twist, if you ask me. The movie comes to an end with the paper mache house. A light comes on inside the house, and then Dream Warriors by Dokken. Fucking love this song. They even have a music video for it. Overall, toe tag score, 5 out of 5. This movie is so fucking fun. It just has a great tone. As much as I prefer the darker tone of Freddy Krueger, from here on out, it's nothing but the one-liners. Freddy ends up starting to look like chewed up bubblegum as the movies go on. His burns look completely like dog shit. This has been my review for Dream Warriors. And as always, I'm Chuck. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and until then, see you later.